Has your cherished home gradually transformed from a peaceful haven into an overwhelming maze of belongings? You're not alone. After decades of living, accumulating, and collecting memories, many of us find our spaces feeling more chaotic than calming. Research shows that cluttered environments directly impact our stress levels and mental clarity, but the good news is that small, targeted changes can create profound transformations. Today, we're uncovering 16 unexpected clutter sources that might be stealing your peace of mind. Some of these culprits are so surprising, you'll wonder how you missed them. By the end of this guide, you'll have a clear roadmap to reclaiming the serene, organized home you deserve. Meet Sarah, a transformation story. Sarah, a 67-year-old retired teacher, once described her home as her sanctuary. But somewhere along the way, that sanctuary had become something else entirely. Her kitchen counters disappeared under stacks of mail. Her favorite reading nook was blocked by boxes of old teaching supplies. Even simple tasks like finding her reading glasses had become daily frustrations. The turning point came when her grandson visited and innocently asked, "Grandma, why is your house so messy?" That moment of clarity sparked Sarah's decluttering journey. Within just a few months, using the strategies we'll share today, she transformed her space back into the peaceful retreat she remembered, proving it's never too late for a fresh start. If Sarah's story sounds familiar, you're in the right company. The strategies that worked for her can work for you too. Let's dive into the first category of clutter that often goes completely unnoticed. The silent space stealers, invisible clutter. Some clutter announces itself loudly, towering stacks of boxes or overflowing closets. But the most insidious type creeps in quietly, accumulating gradually until it significantly impacts your daily life without you fully realizing why your home feels different. 1. Paper trail chaos. Look around your home right now. How many surfaces are partially covered with paper? Bills you've already paid but haven't filed, catalogs you meant to browse, medical appointment reminders, and receipts from purchases made weeks ago. These paper fragments seem innocent individually, but collectively they create visual noise that makes spaces feel cluttered and minds feel scattered. The solution: embrace digital-first living. Convert recurring bills to electronic delivery and set up automatic payments where possible. Create one designated paper processing station, a single drawer or desktop organizer, where all incoming paper lands temporarily. Set a weekly 15-minute appointment with yourself to process the station, keeping only what's truly necessary and digitizing important documents with your smartphone camera. 2. The guilt collection. We all have them, gifts that were given with love but don't align with our lifestyle or taste. The crystal candlesticks gathering dust, the decorative pillows that clash with your decor, the kitchen gadget you've never removed from its box. These items occupy precious real estate in our homes while carrying an invisible weight of obligation and guilt. The solution: reframe your thinking. The joy of a gift exists in the giving and receiving moment, not in permanent possession. Choose 3 unused gifts this week to either donate to organizations where they'll be appreciated or pass along to friends who would genuinely enjoy them. The space and mental freedom you'll gain far outweighs any imagined obligation to keep them. 3. Medicine cabinet time capsules. When did you last thoroughly examine your medicine cabinet or bathroom drawers? Most of us discover expired medications, half-used ointments from minor injuries years past, and prescriptions from health issues we've long since resolved. These expired items aren't just taking up space, they're potentially unsafe. The solution: schedule a quarterly medicine cabinet review. Safely dispose of expired medications through pharmacy take-back programs or community disposal events. Keep only current prescriptions and recently purchased over-the-counter remedies. This simple practice frees up valuable bathroom storage while ensuring you're not accidentally using ineffective or potentially harmful products. Your fresh start begins now. These 3 invisible clutter sources: paper accumulation, obligation-driven keepsakes, and expired health products, might seem minor individually, but addressing them creates an immediate sense of lightness and control in your living space. They represent the foundation of a more intentional approach to what you allow into and keep in your home. The beauty of starting with invisible clutter is that the changes feel manageable while delivering noticeable results. You'll find yourself moving through your space with less visual distraction and mental friction, setting the stage for tackling the more obvious clutter challenges ahead. Remember, this isn't about achieving perfection or creating a minimalist showcase. It's about crafting a home that supports your well-being, reduces daily stress, and reflects the life you want to live now, not the life you lived decades ago. Your home should be working for you, not against you. Ready to discover the next set of surprising clutter culprits? The following categories might challenge some assumptions about what truly serves us in our living spaces. The memory trap, sentimental clutter that's lost its meaning. While invisible clutter sneaks up on us, sentimental clutter often hides in plain sight, disguised as cherished keepsakes. But here's what many of us don't realize. Not all sentimental items actually make us feel good anymore. Some have become burdens we carry out of habit rather than joy. 4. Outdated photo albums. Remember when every vacation, birthday, and family gathering required multiple rolls of film? Many of us now have dozens of photo albums, shoe boxes full of prints, and drawers stuffed with doubles and triples of the same images. While these captured precious moments, most haven't been opened in years, and many photos are duplicates or of poor quality that we kept just in case. The solution: choose one weekend for a photo purge party. Keep only your favorites, the ones that truly make you smile or tell an important story. Consider digitizing the best photos using a smartphone scanning app. Then create one beautiful album of your most treasured memories. Dispose of the blurry, repetitive, or meaningless shots that are just taking up space. 5. Children's artwork archives. If you raise children, you likely have boxes, folders, or entire closets dedicated to their school projects, artwork, and achievements. While some pieces deserve preservation, keeping every crayon drawing and spelling test from kindergarten through high school creates overwhelming storage challenges without adding ongoing joy to your life. The solution: work with your adult children to curate these collections. Keep 3 to 5 pieces from each school year that represent growth, creativity, or special memories. Consider photographing the rest before letting them go, or ask your children if they want specific items for their own homes. Most adult children are touched that you saved some things, but don't expect them to take everything. 6. Inherited obligation items. Perhaps the most challenging sentimental clutter comes from items we inherited from deceased relatives, grandmother's china we never use, dad's tool collection gathering dust, or mom's books we'll never read again. We keep these items because disposing of them feels like dishonoring our loved one's memory, but they often create guilt rather than comfort. The solution: honor the person, not the possessions. Keep 1 or 2 items that genuinely bring you joy or comfort when you see them. For the rest, find meaningful ways to pass them on. Donate books to libraries, give tools to young homeowners, or offer china to relatives who would actually use it. Your loved one's memory lives in your heart and experiences, not in storage boxes. The just-in-case collection, fear-based clutter. This category might surprise you because it often masquerades as practical preparation. However, when just-in-case thinking goes too far, it transforms sensible planning into anxiety-driven hoarding that clutters our homes with items we're unlikely to ever need. 7. Duplicate kitchen gadgets. How many can openers do you own? Coffee makers? Sets of measuring cups? Over the years, we often accumulate multiples of kitchen items, just in case one breaks, or because we forgot we already had one, or because a newer version seemed better. Your kitchen storage shouldn't resemble a small appliance store. The solution: keep only your best functioning version of each tool. If you have multiples, choose the one you actually prefer using and donate the rest. The exception: keep one backup for frequently used essentials like can openers or coffee makers, but resist the urge to stockpile. 8. The clothing size museum. Many of us maintain wardrobes that span multiple clothing sizes, just in case our bodies change. This creates closets full of clothes that either don't fit now or represent outdated versions of ourselves. These items take up valuable space while serving as daily reminders of body dissatisfaction or past selves. The solution: keep clothes that fit your current body and current lifestyle. If you're actively working toward a size change with professional guidance, keep one outfit in your goal size as motivation, but don't maintain an entire wardrobe. Donate clothes that represent who you used to be, both physically and style-wise. 9. Expired beauty and personal care products. Bathrooms and vanity areas often become graveyards for half-used lipsticks, expired sunscreens, hotel shampoos, and skincare products that didn't work for us. We keep them just in case we run out of our preferred products, but expired cosmetics can cause skin irritation and most of us never return to products we stopped using for good reasons. The solution: check expiration dates on all beauty products. Yes, they do expire and can become harmful. Dispose of anything past its prime, products that caused reactions, and items you haven't touched in 6 months. Keep only what you actively use and enjoy. The digital age dilemma: modern clutter sources. While we often think of clutter as physical objects, modern life has introduced entirely new categories of overwhelming accumulation that can impact our peace of mind just as much as traditional clutter. 10. Cable and cord chaos. Look behind your entertainment center, desk, or charging station. If you're like most people, you'll find a tangled mess of cables, chargers for devices you no longer own, and cords whose purpose you can't even remember. This electronic spaghetti creates visual chaos and makes it impossible to find the cable you actually need. The solution: unplug everything and sort cords by type and current usefulness. Keep only cables for devices you actively use, plus one spare for essential items like phone chargers. Use cable organizers or simply rubber bands to keep remaining cords tidy. Properly recycle old electronics cables at electronic stores. 11. Subscription service overload. This one might surprise you because it's not physical clutter, but subscription overwhelm creates mental clutter that can be just as draining. Many of us accumulate streaming services, magazine subscriptions, meal kits, beauty boxes, and other monthly deliveries that we signed up for with good intentions but rarely use fully. The solution: review all your subscriptions monthly. Cancel any service you haven't used in the past month or that doesn't bring you genuine joy. For physical subscription boxes, consider the storage space required for items you're not using. Quality over quantity applies to entertainment and convenience services too. 12. The email avalanche, the surprising one. Here's number 12, the clutter culprit that might shock you because it's completely invisible yet affects you daily. The average person over 60 has thousands of unread emails, subscriptions to dozens of mailing lists they never requested, and inboxes that create anxiety every time they're opened. This digital clutter creates mental overwhelm that follows you everywhere your phone goes. The solution: declare email bankruptcy if you have thousands of unread messages. Mark everything older than 1 month as read and start fresh. Unsubscribe ruthlessly from any email list that doesn't bring you immediate value or joy. Set up simple folders for essential emails, medical, financial, family, and delete everything else after handling it. Breaking the cycle, your clutter-free future. By now, you've discovered that clutter isn't just about having too much stuff. It's about holding on to things that no longer serve your current life out of guilt, fear, or habit. Each item you remove creates space not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. The remaining 4 clutter culprits we haven't covered yet involve seasonal items, hobby supplies, books and magazines, and what we call aspirational purchases, items bought for the person you thought you'd become. But you already have the foundation to tackle any clutter challenge. Question whether each item supports your life now, not your life from years ago or your imagined future life. Your home should reflect who you are today and support the peaceful, intentional lifestyle you want to live. Every item you remove is a step toward reclaiming not just your space, but your sense of calm and control. The sanctuary you remember having, or always dreamed of having, is absolutely within reach. The final 4, the most overlooked clutter categories. These last 4 clutter culprits are particularly sneaky because they often disguise themselves as hobbies, interests, or good intentions. They represent some of the most common yet unrecognized sources of home overwhelm. 13. Seasonal decoration overload. Many of us have accumulated boxes upon boxes of seasonal decorations over the decades, Halloween items we never use, Christmas ornaments that no longer fit our style, Easter decor that's been stored for years untouched. We keep adding to these collections without removing outdated items, creating storage nightmares that require significant space for items used only weeks per year. The solution: apply the love it or lose it rule to seasonal items. As you unpack decorations each season, immediately set aside anything that doesn't spark joy or fit your current style. Keep only decorations that you genuinely look forward to displaying. Consider adopting a one bin per season rule. If it doesn't fit in one storage container, it's too much. 14. Abandoned hobby supplies. Craft supplies, exercise equipment, musical instruments, gardening tools for gardens we no longer tend, art supplies for creativity phases that have passed. These hobby remnants often occupy entire rooms or closets. We keep them because we spent money on them or because we might return to these activities someday, but they often represent past versions of ourselves rather than current interests. The solution: be honest about your current lifestyle and energy levels. If you haven't touched a hobby in over a year, it may be time to let those supplies find a home with someone who will actually use them. Keep supplies only for hobbies you've engaged with in the past 6 months. Consider donating craft supplies to schools, senior centers, or community centers where they'll be appreciated and used. 15. The library that never gets read. Books hold special significance for many of us, but over time, personal libraries can become overwhelming collections of volumes we'll never read again, or never read at all. This includes outdated reference books, novels we didn't enjoy but feel we should keep, and books we bought with good intentions but realistic never plan to read. The solution: keep books you truly love and might reread, plus current reference materials you actually consult. For everything else, remember that books want to be read, not stored. Donate books to libraries, senior centers, or literacy programs where they'll find new readers. Consider digital alternatives for reference materials you rarely need. Your local library can provide access to most books when you need them. 16. Aspirational purchase regrets. This final category might be the most emotionally challenging because it represents investments in versions of ourselves that never materialized. The exercise bike that became a clothes rack, the bread maker used twice, the fancy dress bought for special occasions that never came, the craft supplies for projects we never started, or the cooking gadgets for the gourmet chef we thought we'd become. The solution: practice self-compassion while being realistic. These purchases represented hopes and dreams, and there's nothing wrong with having had those aspirations. However, keeping items that remind you of unfulfilled goals can create ongoing feelings of failure or inadequacy. Sell, donate, or gift these items to people who will actually use them. Focus your space and energy on supporting who you are now, not who you once hoped to become. Sarah's transformation. 6 months later. Remember Sarah from our opening story? 6 months after beginning her decluttering journey, her home tells a completely different story. Her kitchen counters are clear and functional. Her reading nook is once again her favorite spot for morning coffee and evening books. Her closets contain only clothes she loves and wears regularly. But the most significant change isn't visible. It's the sense of peace she feels in her own home. I didn't realize how much mental energy clutter was consuming, Sarah reflects. Now I can find what I need, I'm not constantly moving things around, and my home feels like a retreat again instead of a source of stress. Sarah's medicine cabinet contains only current medications. Her photo albums showcase her most treasured memories instead of storing every snapshot ever taken. Her seasonal decorations fit in clearly labeled bins, making decorating a joy rather than a chore. Her email inbox has fewer than 20 messages, and she unsubscribes from lists immediately if they don't add value to her life. Your decluttering action plan: where to start. Feeling overwhelmed by these 16 categories? Start small and be patient with yourself. Rome wasn't built in a day, and your clutter didn't accumulate overnight. Here's your gentle, sustainable approach. Week 1 to 2, focus on invisible clutter, paperwork, and used gifts, expired medications. These create immediate visual relief with minimal emotional difficulty. Week 3 to 4, tackle fear-based clutter, duplicate items, wrong size clothes, expired products. This builds momentum and frees up valuable storage space. Week 5 to 6. Address sentimental items with compassion and realistic assessment. Take breaks if this becomes emotionally challenging. Week 7 to 8. Handle modern clutter sources, cables, subscriptions, email. These often provide immediate daily life improvements. Week 9 to 10. Evaluate seasonal items and abandoned hobbies. Do this during natural transition times for easier decision-making. Week 11 to 12. Face aspirational purchases with kindness toward yourself and realistic assessment of your current life. The peaceful home you deserve. Your home should be your sanctuary, not your storage unit. It should support your current lifestyle, reflect your authentic self, and provide peace rather than stress. By addressing these 16 surprising clutter culprits, you're not just organizing your space, you're reclaiming your right to live peacefully and intentionally. Remember, this isn't about creating a minimalist showroom or achieving perfection. It's about ensuring that everything in your home serves a purpose, brings you joy, or supports your well-being. Some people are naturally tidy, others are naturally collectors. Both approaches can create peaceful, functional homes when done thoughtfully. The goal is progress, not perfection. Every bag you donate, every expired item you dispose of, and every unnecessary duplicate you eliminate brings you closer to the serene, organized home you deserve. Your future self will thank you for every small step you take today toward reclaiming your sanctuary. Your home has the potential to be your greatest source of daily peace and comfort. These 16 clutter categories are simply obstacles standing between you and that peaceful sanctuary. Armed with awareness and practical strategies, you have everything you need to transform your space into the haven you've always wanted it to be.